What's good, everybody? I have 2 exams next week, but instead of studying, yes, I'm coming at you with a banger intellectual tier list. Today, we will be ranking the fighters with the most aura. And before you comment, yes, I use the word aura unironically, and yes, I am 12 years old, alright? Hashtag no hate. Let's get into it with the first fighter. I've been seeing this guy's face absolutely everywhere. This guy, Arman Tsarukyan, I can't lie, he lost a lot of aura pulling out. Okay, how many times am I going to say aura in this video, right? He lost a lot of aura pulling out of his fight against against Islam Makhachev, right? Saying it was a back thing. Some people said it was a weight cut issue. You know, it was called into question. But as of late, this guy's been cooking everyone. Talking mad shit against Ilya, mad shit against Islam, showing up on interviews, doing media, wrestling everybody. He goes against like actual wrestlers that dedicate their whole life to wrestling, and he beats them. Just choked out Muhammad Makayev over at some random promotion. I don't know if it was the UK or where it was. I don't know where this guy is at all times. But man, I have to say, as of now, he is in the Mr. Aura tier, alright? He's not Aura Junior, but he's close. I think he's going to be the bottom of Mr. Aura tier. We're going to adjust these tiers as we move on, alright? Next, Dan Hooker. Now, I'm sure he has aura for some people, alright? I can't lie, Dan Hooker, when he was on the come up, you know, the Hangman, as we know him, he was for sure Mr. Aura. We saw those edits, the guillotines, you know. We were fearing Dan Hooker. We thought this guy has some real aura. Now, I think he's been demoted to Aura Junior. Aura Junior, guys. With the whole thing that came out, he has 2 wives. He has like 2 girlfriends, or like he cheats on his girl multiple times. You know, that's the wife of your kids. That's kind of weird. He had that whole thing where he was, you know, being gay in secret. You know, there's nothing wrong with being gay, but you can just like do it out in the open, you know, instead of not doing that. So yeah, man, I'm gonna have to put Mr. Hangman Hooker, you know, Mr. Hungman Hooker in the Aura Junior tier. I don't think he deserves Mr. Aura. Definitely not. Now, this is where we come into contention. Here we have our open gay man. So as we just said, you know, Dan Hooker is our closeted gay man, and on the other side of the spectrum, we have over here our Mr. Frank Ocean lover, Peyton Talbot. I do believe he is Mr. Aura. Just because he's not as known for as much as the fan base, I had to put him below Arman. But give this guy a few years, he just has a different kind of personality. You know, he's a little bit mysterious. He makes music. He's like into like these obscure like niche art stuff. You know, Donnie Darko. You know, he's homies with Frank Ocean. Homies. You know, who knows what more. But yeah, man. I mean, it sounds like I have a crush on this man, which maybe I do. All right. What about it? But yeah, man. Peyton Talbot, Mr. Aura tier, below Arman Tsarukyan. We'll see how this shapes out. Let's get into the real guys. The real big hitters. Level 100 Mafia boss, Ilia Topuria. This guy is, like, okay, you look at those video game, like those mobile app video game announcements that are showing level 1 gangster, level 5 thug versus level 100 Mafia boss. They literally use the Ilia Topuria skin. These guys are tatted, the bust cut. You know, they got gold. You know, Ilya got the belt. He is level 100 Mafia boss in and outside of the octagon. Even his court appearance had aura. When he came out of the settlement with his wife, and it turned out that, you know, he kept custody of his daughter, he came out smirking. Everyone was talking about, oh, he won. You know, he's undefeated in the cage and outside. Mr. Aura, like, this guy's got it, bro. This guy's got the thing. He's a Conor McGregor wannabe. No one can ever take that away from him, right? No one can ever say he's not, because he is. He has the same tattoos, same back tattoo, same everything. But, you know, he is Mr. Aura. We can't say he's 100% level 100 Mafia boss, without a doubt. And right there with him, Islam Makhachev. Now, last time I did a ranking on the biggest stars in the UFC, a lot of people were talking in the comments that Islam Makhachev is a bigger star than Ilia Topuria. But if we're talking about aura right now, Islam Makhachev just came off of a smudge decision win against Jack Della Maddalena, where it was impressive, but he didn't look impressive. You know, it was impressive that he could do that, but it wasn't an impressive showcase. It wasn't a flashy knockout. Ilia Topuria is coming off of a domination to Josh Emmett. Before that, submission over Bryce Mitchell, who is a jiu-jitsu guy. Knocks out Alexander Volkanovski in the 2nd round. Knocks out Max Holloway in the 3rd round. Knocks out Charles Oliveira in the 1st round. 3 of these guys that have never really been knocked out cold like he did, you know? I mean, Max wasn't really out cold, but He was out the coldest we've ever seen him. I think Ilia Topuria definitely has to be above Islam Makhachev, but no one is passing up Islam Makhachev on that aura tier list. All right, next, John Silva. John Silva is definitely Mr. Aura above Peyton Talbot. This guy, if you've seen the edits, you know the backstory. He had a whole thing where he had an issue with his, his mom is in prison for some things I can't say on YouTube. But it's a really tragic backstory. And this guy, like him and Mauricio Ruffi, they were talking about how Mauricio Ruffi saved John Silva in a way by taking him out of the state he was in, bringing him to MMA, bringing him to fighting, and kind of like saved his life in that way. John Silva is a very emotional guy. We see him cry at every press conference. Every time, he wins, he cries. And he just has that aura of like being unstable, like the crazy man effect. Back in the days where we used to like fight with swords and shit, every clan would have like their berserker, the guy that they would just throw out there, and he would literally scare guys off with the aura because this guy was fucking insane. He just looked like he had like several screws loose. Well, that's John Silva, all right? Mr. Aura tier for John Silva. Hamza Chimaev. You used to be a level 100 Mafia boss. You really did. You used to be the scariest guy in the UFC. No one wanted to grapple him. Then you came in here and you fucking smudged. You smudged DDP, man. It was so tragic. Because you smudged DDP, and I put Islam in level 100 Mafia boss for smudging JDM, I'm going to have to put these two on the same tier. But just know there's a lot of difference, all right? We'll see some other guys that come in here. They will mark the difference between Chimaev and Islam. These guys are not on the same tier, really. They are, but they're not. All right? Next. Rakic, my brother. You're going into Colby Covington tier. You got knocked out in your last 4 fights. Last one you got knocked out, I think was it Azamat Murzakanov that knocked him out? I don't even remember who it was. You've lost, just like when you're on that big of a losing streak, we're going to have to put you down in the no aura tier, all right? I'm sorry, that's just how it is. Fluffy. My boy Anthony Hernandez. This is really tragic. I'm gonna have to put you on the Aura Junior tier, above Dan Hooker because you're not on as big of a skid. But before that, bro, that win over Dolidze where he like choked him out real bad, like dragged him across half the octagon and had Dolidze tapping multiple times until the ref stepped in. That was Aura. His wins before that, Aura. He lost to Kevin Holland, which is a really bad loss to have, but still has Aura. Still my boy. This is still my boy, alright? We can't hate on this guy too much. Now, the professional, Azamat Murzakanov. This is a fat fucking guy for the light heavyweight division, and he's really good, bruh. I'm about to put him at the bottom of Mr. Aura, between Aura Jr. and Mr. Aura. This guy, just a nickname, the professional. He's old, he's bald, he comes in at a sport, the typical thing was like, be wary of old men in jobs where men die young or whatever. Like, this is this man. This guy came in out of nowhere, really. I don't even know where he came from. Started knocking guys out. Knocked out Rakic. Knocked out, who was it? I forget who it was, but this guy's a real threat in the light heavyweight division. And honestly, like, if you put him against Oldberg, I don't know what would happen in that fight. Yuri versus Oldberg, and they're probably going to defend against Azamat Murzakanov next. That's probably what's going to happen, alright? Next. Bilal Muhammad. Colby Covington tier or no aura tier? I'm going to say no aura. Wow. Colby Covington tier. I'm sorry, brother. Alright, you're at the top of the Colby Covington tier because you're probably going to have the most aura out of anyone there. You were former champion. You beat Leon Edwards, who also has no aura. We'll get to you in a second, Leon Mumblemouth. But Bilal Muhammad has never had any real presence in or out of the octagon, alright? He has good wrestling, dominant wrestling, whatever, but it's not insane. It's not Habib level. It's not something that makes me think, oh man, watch out for this guy. Like, it was never like that. It's never been like that. It will never be like that. I love Bilal Muhammad. I love him because it's like looking at a puppy that's like disabled. You know what I mean? It's like looking at a guy like a puppy that got his foot broken by a car, or like a truck run over it or something. And you see him limping. You're like, man, he has the aura of like an injured dog. That's kind of what I'm getting at. I'm sorry, my boy. Beneil Dariush. If I put Rakic there for getting cooked, I have to put you here. Just because you beat Moicano and no one expected that of you, I have to put you above Rakic. But brother, you have no aura whatsoever. At this point in your career, maybe when you were on the come up, before you fought Oliveira, before you fought Sarukian, there was a little bit of a conversation, But now, at this point, so many losses in a row, I can't give it to you, brother. All right? Next. BSD. Benoit, Benoit Saint-Denis. This guy actually has a lot of aura, bruh. I'm going to put him below John Silva. I remember liking an edit of Benoit Saint-Denis that had a Zelda song in the background. I don't know the exact name of the Zelda song, but it was like a black and white edit, and it showed like him knocking out Matt Frivola, his pre-fight antics. This guy came like he comes from the special forces in France. He's actually killed people before. You know, he started training martial arts in the academy. He has really rough. He's like a really rough fighting style, like a real marauder fighting style, where he comes forward, he hunts for like submissions really hard. This is the typical guy that in the gym, if he gets it under your nose, he's cracking the fuck out of it, alright? So imagine that guy in your gym, but he's a special forces operative, and imagine that he did that to someone in like Afghanistan or something and actually killed someone doing that. That's BSD, alright? Aura. Bogdan Guskov. No aura. Look at this guy, bro. He looks like a default character on Ark Survival Evolved before you actually do anything to him. This guy has no aura. His appearance has no aura. I don't even know what he's good at. He's knocked out his last fight, I believe, but that's it. Like, same thing with Brendan Allen. No fucking aura. This guy beat RDR in like a weird performance where RDR gassed out. And it was like, alright, it's impressive that he did it to him, but it feels like he did it on accident. It feels like he wins on accident. He has the skills to do well, and it's just an accident every time he does it, alright? It's kind of rough. Brian Ortega, my boy, you used to have aura. Before he fought Volkanovski, this guy used to have a ton of like hype behind him. He was this guy, he has his backstory, being like gang affiliated in California, this and that, started jiu-jitsu, saved his life, brings it to the UFC, is an underdog, but he gets these submission wins. You know, he submitted Yair Rodriguez after losing to him in front of Tracy Cortez, who was both of their girlfriends or like their ex or whatever at some point. Yeah, man. I mean, he has some aura, I guess. That's why I put him bottom of Aura Jr. But again, like, it seems like this category is for guys that have lost recently, but they have had aura in the past, you know? They have, like, aura residue. You know? Like, what did Rampage say? The fucking donation? Rampage, that haircut looks like you got black fella residue on your head. Derek Lewis rubbed his black fella residue. Alright, my bad. Bruno Ferreira, the Hulk. This guy has some aura. Aura Jr., no aura. Okay, just because he's building up, I'm going to have to put him at no. Nah. Bottom of Aura Jr. He's not as much of a well-known name as the rest of these guys, but he's on a win streak. He's knocking guys out. The fact that his nickname is the Hulk and he does the Hulk celebration, that's fire, bro. That's a fire. That's aura. That's aura. That's what it is, bro. That's what it is. Next. This guy. Was it Bruno Silva? I don't even remember his name. What does that mean? Colby Covington tier. The fact that I don't remember your name all the way, you're going down here, buddy, alright? Kyle Bohayo. Now, this is unfortunate because he comes from the fighting nerds, and yet he has no aura. Top of the no aura tier list. Again, I have to stress, this is not by who is better, like who's the best, who's the worst. Of course, it influences if you're good, you're probably going to have more aura. But like, see, like Bilal Muhammad's below Brendan Allen, and Bilal's been champ, and Brendan Allen is never going to be champ in his life, right? This means it's just like, Kyle Bohayo, you're good. You're on a win streak. You just beat RDR. You have no aura. Like, I've never seen a Kyle Bohayo edit, for example. Right? Like, have you seen a Kyle Bohayo edit that does not include the fighting nerds? Because you haven't, bruh. Deadass. If anyone sends me, like, bro, email me a Kyle Bohayo edit or toriusyt@gmail.com. Email me one of these edits and I'll give you, like, $1. No, I'm not going to give you shit. I'll give you, like, a high five, alright? Next, Aljamain Sterling. No aura. You were bantamweight champion and you still have no aura. Your best, like, your most aura moment that you've had or you've been related to in your career is losing to Sean O'Malley. Alright? You lost to Sean O'Malley via aura right hand. And you're in the no aura tier. I'm sorry that right hand didn't give you some aura, alright? His best, like, performance, that was the coolest, was when he choked out, what's his name? When he choked out Sandman, Corey Sandhagen, and left him unconscious. That was fire. Apart from that, you're cooked. Carlos Pratis. Aura. Level 100 Mafia Boss aura. I'm not gonna lie. The edits of this guy, I don't care how many times he loses. I don't care how many Ian Gary type fighters smudge him. This guy smokes, drinks, parties, and knocks out your favorite fighter, bruh. Knocked out Jeff Neal in a tragic ass turn of events. Rest in peace, Jeff Neal. But yeah, man, he has aura. For sure. Oldberg. Man, fuck you, Oldberg. You have no aura. Do you have more or less aura? Okay, you have more aura than Aljamain Sterling, but you have no aura, bruh. Unless you're a Kiwi casual, you're never going to say Carlos Ulberg has aura. I genuinely don't know what this guy's voice sounds like. Think about it. Do you know what Carlos Ulberg's voice sounds like? Because I don't. I don't know what his voice sounds like at all. I've never heard him say a single thing. I haven't seen a single viral clip. I've seen no interviews. I've seen barely any highlights. He had a boring-ass fight with Jan Blachowicz, which Jan should have low-key won, and he's going to lose against Yuri. All right? Yuri, we'll get to him in a second. You guys know what I think about Yuri, all right? Next, Anthony Elijah. Oh, my God, bro. You came into the heavyweight division. You're like, oh, this guy, you know, he got a knockout in his debut fight. And then eye pokes fucking Waldo Cortes Acosta and gets knocked out. Just because of that, you have no aura. You're getting put below Kyle Bahio, bro. How are you going to be winning a fight, eye poke someone, low-key TKO them, and then they realize, oh, the ref is like, oh, it was an eye poke? And you get TKO'd against someone with zero fucking, like this guy had one eye versus your two and you still got knocked out. And you're Tom Aspinall's, like, teammate eye poking people. Come on, let's lock in, all right? Volkov. Alexander Volkov, all right. This guy, is the thing with the heavyweights, it's really hard to be a heavyweight with aura. Like, if you think about it. Because these guys are all fat fucks and ass and not really skilled. Out of all the heavyweights, I'd have to say he probably has, you know, the most aura. Definitely above Anthony Elijah. But again, the guys goes in the no aura tier. We're going to see a lot of heavyweights, all right? A lot of fat fucks in this tier. Asu Almabayev. You know how much I love my Kazakhstanis. If you watch my channel for any amount of time, you know I love these guys. Just because of that, I want to put him in aura junior tier. But if we're being for real, I've never seen anything from Asu. All right? He's better than the fat heavyweights, but I've never seen, like, I don't really see highlights of this guy. He had a really, really nasty guillotine in his last fight. To me, he would be aura junior, but in reality, if we're being objective, you know, most objective guy on YouTube right here, he has no aura. All right? Charles Johnson. Now, this guy has aura. He's knocked out. I'm going to put him for now at the bottom of Mr. Aura. He's knocked out Joshua Van and Loner Kavanaugh. Two guys which we're going to get to later on this list. Actually, no, Loner Kavanaugh is a very recent addition. He's probably not going to be on this tier list. But just because he's knocked out these guys, and whatever fight he's in, if he's getting dominated, you always know there's that risk of the knockout. He has aura, bruh. Reverse mullet, aura. That's fire. Like, who has the confidence to rock that shit? Just because of that, you're going into Mr. Aura tier. Congratulations, Mr. Johnson. Welcome to the Mr. Aura tier. Charles Oliveira, level 100 Mafia boss. For sure, at this point right now in this tier list, the third highest aura. No matter how many times this guy loses, you're always going to see the same, like, 6 or 7. Oh, fuck. Ugh. The same 6 or 8 highlights on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, on fucking Facebook shorts or whatever. You're going to see this guy's edits. Mr. Aura. This guy owns so many songs. This guy owns the fucking I can't escape. I got this feeling that I won't. I'll leave behind. He owns the Oh, que será que juran profetas, cantan poetas. Like, he owns all that. By the way, rest in peace, Willie Colon. He owns all that shit. He owns all those songs, and just because of those fire-ass banger edits. Shout out Charles Oliveira, one of the GOATs. Put him in level 100 Mafia boss. Cyril Gahn, fuck you, buddy. Cyril Gahn, you're going at the top of the Colby Covington tier, buddy. You have some aura, like, you have some aura. No, you don't have as much negative aura as Bilal Muhammad, right? Just because you fought some bigger names. And you're, like, unanimously known as the best heavyweight outside of the actually, like, outside the top. Like, you're always going to be the second best heavyweight. You're worse than Stipe, worse than Jones, worse than Ngannou, worse than Tom Aspinall. Oh, we're going to see that rematch, but worse than Tom Aspinall. And yeah, man, that's why you're going to have that level, all right? Colby Covington. Guess what tier you're going in, all right? You're going into Colby Covington tier. Nah, this guy's level 100 Mafia boss, man. Level 100 Mafia boss is not for you, Mr. Colby. You're going here. Your trash talk sucks. You suck as a fighter. You were good like 10 years ago, right? Before you turned heel. And the only reason you get opportunities is because of your mouth. And that's what you and the hooker have in common, all right? Next, Corey Sandhagen. I'm going to have to put him in Aura Junior. I'm going to have to put him in Aura Junior. This guy's a very similar level to Fluffy and Hangman in the way that he's lost recently. You know, he lost to Merab in the title fight. But this guy, we've seen those edits. The bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Mr. Sandman. Give me a dream. Bum, 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 bum. Like, we've seen those edits, all right? We've seen the Marlon Moraes spinning heel kick knockout. We've seen the knee. Who did he knee? He knee Frankie Edgar, the Frankie Edgar knee. Man, those finishes are really amazing. We've seen, you know, he heel hooked. He made Deiveson Figueiredo lose the 50-50. These are some real banger fights. He's had some really nice highlights. He has aura. I can't say he doesn't, all right? Not as much aura as someone like, you're like, bro, Charles Johnson in the Mr. Aura. All right, you know what? You're right. Charles Johnson has to go below. I think I'm going to have to put yeah, I'm low-key saying, all right, he's going to have to go next to Fluffy. But yeah, Mr. Sandhagen leading the Warrior Junior tier. We'll see if he gets the throne or not. Next, Curtis Blades. He doesn't really have aura, all right? He has the only win in the UFC over Tom Aspinall via like injury. But I'm going to put him in the no aura tier, all right? He's better than Carlos Ulberg, Aljamain Sterling. Again, but he's a heavyweight. He's a heavyweight. A lot of heavyweights are going to be in these tiers, guys, all right? Dan Ige. Oh my god, Dan Ige, bro. Dan Ige pisses me off just because, like, what does he do? Literally, what does he do? Name one Dan Ige highlight, all right? This guy's going in the Colby Covington tier, pissing me off. I'm going to have to put him above Rakic. I think that's where he fits. Dan Ige, you have very negative aura, all right? D-Rod. D-Rod, I'm not going to lie, the picture this guy has on Topology has aura. All right, and I'm not gay for saying that, but it has aura, all right? Just for that, I'm going to put him in the no aura tier. But this guy had that kind of war. I don't know. Is it war if it's really sloppy against Kevin Holland? I'd say above Anthony Elijah, below Volkov. There's not really much to say about this guy. David Martinez. Not much to say about this guy either. No aura. And in reality, if we really think about it, there's not an ounce of aura to this man. For now, all right? He still has some growing up to do. Now, am I racist if I say this is David Onama? Am I racist? All right, guys, intermission. Am I racist if I say that black man right there is David Onama? Let's look it up. David Onama. All right, I'm not racist. Yeah, I'm not racist. All right. God, thought I was looking at the wrong guy for a second. David Onama. Hey, low key, you guys have to like and subscribe, bro, because I'm saying all these guys off the top of the dome. Like, these are all the ranked fighters in the UFC. We're doing the whole ranked list, and I'm doming these guys. Pause, no diddy. All right. David Onama, you have some aura. You've had some knockouts in the UFC. You've had some good fights, some good highlights. Again, above D-Rod, but below Volkov. Like, these are some really nitpicky tier. We're gonna try to blast through these. Amir Albazi, no aura. Genuinely, pisses me off. Pisses me off more than Dan Ige. I'm gonna put you right there. Pisses me off more than Ige, less than Rakic? No. Bye. Around there. Above Bruno Silva, just by a little bit, just by a smidgen. What? Is this Frankie Edgar? What the fuck are you doing here, bruh? I thought they signed you out a long time ago. Frankie Edgar, just because of the legacy. This is Frankie Edgar, right? I'm not tripping? Why does he look like he has dementia? He has like the weird, like, yeah, that is Frankie Edgar. What? That's crazy. Wait, that's not Frankie Edgar. I don't know who the fuck that is, bro. Because I don't know who you are. You're going in the Colby Covington tier. I'm sorry, brother. Davidson Figueiredo, the God of War. That nickname has aura. Because of that, you're going the top of the no. All right, bottom, no. Above, oof. All right. Above Brian Ortega, just because your legacy carries you. You had a great 4 fights with Brandon Moreno. You had good fights. I believe you fought Pantoja. Some good fights with Royval. I'm gonna have to put you there because of legacy. Above Brian Ortega, but below Dan Hooker. Just because, again, we're talking about aura, right? He has aura. God of War, like Hooker, the Hangman. These guys have aura. Alexander Volkanovski. He is a level 100 Mafia boss. I'm not gonna lie, he still doesn't have as much, like, he doesn't have as much aura as Hamza, just because Hamza's peak is so high, and like, you know, he's carried by the casuals a lot. But Volkanovski, bro, he's really a badass. Like, this guy outside of the octagon maybe loses some aura for just being a regular dad, you know, loving dad. Whether you want to give the guy aura points for being a loving and great father, but the fact, like, when he was on that nasty title run, the 3 wins over Max Holloway, he's like, what now? What now? And the scores table was like, yeah, man, I don't know. Like, we got nothing for you. When he beat Max Holloway 3 times, when he escaped that Brian Ortega guillotine, when he fucking beat Yair into submission, TKO, like, when he TKO'd Korean Zombie on the feet, like, that was really that was like a generational aura run because he was just bald, like nice guy, and the lights turned on, the cage door closed, and he was just a killer. Aura, man. Level 100 aura boss. Alexander Pantoja. I'm gonna have to put him, you know, he broke his arm, he lost some aura. I'm gonna have to put him above, below John Silva. Alright, below John Silva, above Benoit Saint Denis, just because hard ass nickname, the Cannibal. And just a really good story. Are you proud of me, Dad? Are you proud of me now? He has a good ass backstory. I'm talking about these guys like they're fictional characters. he's very well written, you know. He has really nice finishing instincts. Like, he really finishes guys' submissions, TKOs. Doesn't have that much power, but he's like a zombie on the feet. And fighters that are zombies, like Benoit Saint Denis, they get credit from me, alright? Derek Lewis, Mr. Hot Balls himself. I'm gonna have to put him at the top of the Aura Junior tier. He's been around for so long. He's gotten so many knockouts, the most knockouts in the UFC. Every time you're watching a Derek Lewis fight, unless they're on the ground, you're always watching just in case he knocks someone out. Like, just because of that has aura, bro. Like, if you're watching someone always 24/7 because you're worried that they're gonna get a knockout, that's aura. Alex Pereira. Right now, he has more aura than Oliveira. It's a very hard thing to beat. I am an Alex Pereira glazer, but I have to say, he does have more aura than Charles Oliveira. This guy has beat the most, I think, out of all the active fighters right now, he's beat the most former champions, if I'm not wrong. And he's not that far down on the list below Jones, you know. He's beat, like I said, I made my video about the best fighters from every country. If you want to go watch that video. But he is, in my opinion, the best Brazilian fighter of all time, resume-wise. And yes, that's above Anderson Silva. Yes, that's above Alexander Pantoja and whoever else you want to put in there, right? He beat, on the come-up, Strickland, knocked him out. Adesanya, knocked him out. Went up, Jan Blachowicz, knocked him out. That's 3 champs already. Back-to-back Yuri fights, knocked him out, right? That's 5 former champs. Well, that's 5 fights against former champs. 4 former champs on his resume. Knocked out Jamal Hill, another former champ. Knocked out, what's his name? Ankalaev. That guy, you guys know where that guy's gonna go. Just because of my reaction, you know where that guy's going next, alright? These are some of the most, like, impressive wins and impressive resume that you can have, and that's why he gets put there. You know, that guy, same thing with Derek Lewis. Alex Pereira can knock the guy out at any point. He was losing that Izzy fight 4-1 rounds. He was losing the 5th round as well. Knocks him out. Amazing. Cinema. Alright? David Onama. Haven't seen too much of you, brother. I'm gonna put you here with these guys. And the Elijah and shit. I haven't seen that much about you, you know. You're a strong fella. But you're young. You're still a prospect. You lost one of your last fights. You have no aura. Alright? Emmett Lepage. Jesus, that was hard, man. Again, I'm naming all these guys off the top of the dome. Jesus Christ. Emmett Lepage has to go in the no aura tier. I haven't seen any highlights from this man. And I just know that he's fighting Sean O'Malley. And he's like kind of like a smudge wrestler. He has some good fights because he stands on the feet. And he can take a punch. But I'm going to have to put I think below Bahayo. That's where he's going. You're getting carried by your fight with Sean O'Malley, my boy. Alright? My boy. Allen. So, Arnold Allen, great fighter. However, he fights very, very little. I'm going to have to put him at the bottom of Aura Jr. I love this guy. I love his autism. But he fights too little. He gets injured every fight. He breaks his hands every fight. I'm going to have to put him here just because of inactivity, alright? Diego Lopez. Pissing me off. Pissing me off getting 2 back-to-back fucking title shots against Volk is fucking insane. But this guy does have aura. He's a big blockhead. I'm going to have to put him in Aura Jr., I believe, below Derek Lewis because they are blockheads. They are a similar reason. Like, they're in the tier for a similar reason, so I'm going to put them right there next to each other. Dominic Reyes, if you'd asked me before his loss to Olberg, I would have put him, this guy, maybe bottom of Mr. Aura, maybe Aura Jr. Right now, I think he is, like, in Aura Jr., yeah, man. Above Dan Hooker, in Aura Jr., the downfall is crazy. He beat John Jones, but he didn't beat him. And then he just went on that crazy skid. Was seeming like he was going to come back. Gets knocked out by Olberg. Tragic. DDP. Level 100%. Level 100 Mafia Boss. Undeniably. That poster of him and Chimaev goes hard as fuck. He's the fucking king of Africa. The only fighter to actually fight out of Africa and win a belt. All those press conferences were fucking aura. He destroyed Strickland verbally, made that guy cry. Second press conference, Strickland did not want no piece of that. Made Izzy cry. Bro, making guys cry, that's aura. And then in the cage, just like winning via falling piano, winning via bullshit, that's fire, bro. That's aura. Like, that's literally the definition of aura. Is it not? It is, bro. It is. Amazing, amazing. I love DDP. Shout out to my boy. He go in the level 100 Mafia Boss tier. What's this fucking guy's name? F something. Oh, brother, I don't remember your name. I've never seen a highlight of him. Is it Freziam? Freziam. Oh my god. Freziam. No aura. Genuinely. He goes no aura with the other no-name guys. Like above Elijah. But again, no highlights from you. Nothing crazy. You're going there. Okay, now this guy I actually don't know who he is. Is this a Turkish guy? I'm sorry, brother. I don't know who you are. You're going there. I can't name them all. Jeff Neal. Man, you used to be Aura Jr. I used to believe in your boxing so much. But now, you've been reduced. You've been reduced to being above Volkov. Jeff Neal, I love you. Please come back. Please win a fight. Same thing. Gilbert Dorino Burns. This guy conserved some of his aura because of that Hamza fight. I'm going to have to put him in an Aura Jr. tier. And he is Dorino, bro. He fought the best of the best. He's a real BMF. He fought Usman. Was it twice? He fought Usman. He fought fucking JDM on the come up. He fought Morales. He fought Hamza. This guy's fought everybody. It feels like he's fought everybody. And he's beat a lot of them too. So we got to put him there. RoboCop. He has some aura. I'm not going to lie. He's on the come up. He has some aura. I'm going to have to put him below Hernandez, right? He's Obama. We all know him. He has some good punching power. He just got that knockout with that left hook that seemed to just like tap the guy on the chin and knocked him out somehow. Great fight. Love that knockout. Very Ali-esque. Love that shit. All right, Ian Gary. Just because I put Ian Gary in this Colby Covington tier doesn't mean he's not good. Again, he's a really good fighter, but he's in here for similar reasons as Colby Covington. He has won, oh man, but he's won so many of his fights. He's kind of gotten the fans back after beating Bilal. All right, just because he's annoying as fuck, I'm gonna have to actually. All right, does annoyance count as having aura? No. Colby Covington's here for Ian Gary. That's where you deserve, because by that same logic where I put Colby Covington there, you go there in the same way. All right. Next, Israel Adesanya. Now, I don't think this guy could ever lose his aura all the way. I have to put him top of Aura Jr. just because he's on that huge losing streak. But one win and he's back. The Izzy edits are elite. The fucking anime edits with this guy are fire. Yeah, forever. Like, he will forever be in Aura Jr. tier until he retires. He can never go below this tier. He will never have no aura. This guy got me into the sport. This guy is one of the GOATs, you know. Middleweight second all-time GOAT probably. He's great. Next, JDM. He's Mr. Aura. He's Mr. Aura, and thanks to... I have to put him below Armin. Thanks to the fucking campaigning of Bedtime MMA and all the Australian casuals, this guy has gained aura. You know, edits are made of him. His fight style is amazing. That is true. He's very hard. He's very hard to beat, unless you're Hamzat, I guess. And yeah, man. Love JDM. Love his fight style. Love how he pulled that Gilbert Burns win out of the fucking fire. Amazing. Jilton Almeida, brother. I fucking hate this guy. Jilton Almeida, no aura. Because you're going below Rakic because Rakic does not piss me off. You piss me off, genuinely. Below Rakic, above Colby Covington. Jesus Christ. You're a jiu-jitsu. Like, you're so good at jiu-jitsu and you don't do shit with it. Lock the fuck in, bruh. I know what you can do with jiu-jitsu, bruh. My coach, I keep saying this every video I mention this guy. My coach knows a guy that got his shoulder ripped clean off the bone by Jilton Almeida, alright? This guy uses no jiu-jitsu, just smudges guys. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking. Alright, Jamal Hill, no aura. No aura because he's talking all that shit against Yuri, gets knocked out. Talking all that shit against fucking Pereira, gets knocked out. In amazing fashion, on the biggest stage in the world. Talking all that shit about Khalil. Yeah, I'm not gonna bleed. Oh, you gonna bleed. Oh, you gonna bleed, alright? Like, bruh. Gets fucking decisioned horribly. Comes in there looking fat as fuck every fight. You have no aura, but you are above Curtis Blades. Just because you're funny, alright? That's all you get. Love this guy, though. Little big smooch from me. Polish power. Now, Jan Blachowicz. Same thing with Israel Adesanya. This guy will never lose aura. He is Mr. Polish power himself. He is Mr. Poland. right there up with Joanna Jędrzejczyk, you know. First best Polish fighter of all time, probably, unless I'm missing someone. Second best, Joanna. Third best, Gamrot. Love these guys. Love the big Polish power man. He's really nice. He's a really funny guy. He fucking plays video games in his free time. He's great. The Killer Gorilla. He's got some aura, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I'm gonna have to put him here in the no aura tier below Jamal Hill. Just because, like, his nickname has aura. He's like, has a really nice physique, you know, he's really strong looking. But he's not really that good. He was okay, you know, he cut down from heavyweight, then he went to light heavyweight, and then he went to middleweight. I think at one point he may have fought at welterweight. But yeah, man, not too much aura. Yuri Prohaska. I'm so tempted to put this guy above fucking Ilya. To me, he has more aura than Ilya because his shit is so real. Like, there's zero fake. But no, this guy has less aura than Poatan, because Poatan literally stole his aura twice over with 2 knockouts. But he has a lot of aura. This guy's so entertaining. Every fight he's in is a banger. Whether he wins, whether he loses. He has like a 98% finish rate on his fights. He has so many fights in the UFC, out of the UFC. Became champion in just 3 fights. Had the best fight of all time against Glover Teixeira. And in just his 3rd fight in the UFC, where he submitted the submission artist. Spinning elbow knockout. I think the first spinning elbow in UFC history, maybe, over Dominic Reyes, who at that time had just beat John Jones genuinely, right? What else? Like, fucking knocked out Khalil Roundtree after being down 2 rounds. Knocked out Jamal Hill. Came into that fight. Shaved his ponytail for a girl that had cancer. Shout out to him. He's a GOAT. And then knocked out Jamal Hill after showcasing some crazy ass head movement. Bro, he's the fucking GOAT. He's the aura GOAT. This guy has genuinely... He's on the fucking screen right now. He's on the cover of this video because he has aura, alright? That's why he's there. Next. Joaquin Buckley. Let's say Colby Covington. This guy has some aura. He's not Mr. Aura because he lost by smudge to Usman, but he has more aura than Jan Blachowicz, and he's definitely up there. You know, you remember that speech? He's like, yeah, y'all not gonna mess with Cope. You're not gonna mess with fucking Bilal, because I know I want what he got. I want to take my family out of the trenches. Shit still ain't sweet. Whatever. Like, he was going on that rant about how no matter how much he's been ranked, like how long it's been since he's been ranked, that life's still not sweet for him. He's still hungry. He still wants it. That's aura, bro. That guy's hungry. Aura. Same thing with Joe Pyfer. This guy wants that shit, you know? Officer Joe Pyfer knocking motherfuckers out. I have to put him, I believe, yeah, above RoboCop. That's a perfect placement. Above RoboCop, but below Anthony Hernandez, just because he hasn't really gotten like that good like staple win in his career yet. All right, he got his arm broken. Was it by Craig Jones? Not Craig Jones. Sorry, Paul Craig. No, that was Jamal Hill. I don't remember how he lost, but he did get his arm broken. He lost some more from that. But yeah, man. Johnny Walker. The fucking caveman of the UFC. This guy has aura, bruh. This guy has aura. More aura than Joe Pyfer. He's not better than Joe Pyfer, but he does have more aura. This guy comes to the UFC, beats Zhong Ming Yang via leg kick. That was insane. That was aura, bro. I saw an edit about that. This is an edits-based tier list, basically, if you guys couldn't tell. That was a great performance, great showcase. The fact that he did that he almost, like, that flying knee, he almost landed on Ankalaev. He does lose a lot by goofy-ass knockout, but it's been a while since he lost like that, so I'm going to have to put him in the Aura Junior tier. You guys might flame me for this pick, but alright, leave me alone, alright? Josh Emmett. Above Johnny Walker and below Anthony Hernandez. Because this guy's a little fucking goblin that gets knockouts in the featherweight division. Gets nasty knockouts. Probably pound for pound, the best power. Maybe Johnson has better power, pound for pound, you know. But honestly, Josh Emmett, he has aura, bruh. Deadass. Alright, Joshua Van. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to put him above Azamat Murzakanov on the aura tier. He had a really good fight against Brandon Royval. And it's for no fault of his own. But the fact that Pantoja broke his arm and he got, you know, the title via arm break, via injury, people hate on that. People don't like that at all, and he loses aura from that. I'm sorry. Like, it's not. I don't make the rules. This isn't my tier list, guys. I'm being controlled by higher powers. All right. Justin Gaethje, aura. Justin Gaethje is Mr. Aura, above JDM, I believe. Legacy-wise, this guy has, you know, he's fought the best of the best. Oliveira, Habib. He hasn't fought Islam. Hopefully he never fights Islam, because I don't know in what circumstance we see that fight. He had that duology with Poirier where he got knocked out and then knocked him out. In the Oliveira fight, he knocked Oliveira down, beat Michael Chandler, had 2 banger fights with Fiziev. This guy has aura. He wins via knockout. He's called the highlight. You know, just the fact that you have your nickname being the highlight, that's aura, all right? Next, Usman. In his prime, this guy was a problem. A problem. Right now, he's above... Nah, man, let's be for real. This guy's not Mr. Aura. Is he? Bottom of Mr. Aura Jr.? I kind of feel like... Yeah, man. Whoa, honestly, I think he's just above Joaquin Buckley. And if Joaquin Buckley had won that fight, then he'd be way... Like, bro, if Usman was on a 5-fight losing streak instead of just 3-1 in his last 4 or 5-fight win streak, he'd be way down. Because he's lost so much aura and he talks so much shit about, yeah, I'm next for Islam. I'm Islam's hardest matchup. This isn't that. Bro, sit your ass down, bro. Like, get off your wobbly Collinis, alright? Manel Cap. Maybe one of the highest rated flyweights we will see. This guy has aura. He has power for the division. He's really fast. He's one of the fastest strikers right now. I think he's above Johnson. He's above Gregory. He's above these guys. Josh Emmett. Below Anthony Hernandez. Just because he's a flyweight. This guy was a bantamweight, he'd be popping off, alright? This guy has aura. He comes to the UFC. He beats a bunch of guys. Loses to Bukayev, but it was like a very close, boring fight. He's really fast. He's really good. I pick him to win against a lot of the guys in the flyweight division, alright? Kevin Vallejos, a new addition to this list. Now, Kevin Vallejos is really good. He's like a vintage Ilia Topuria, but he's not really proven yet. And the casuals don't know him that much at all. I'm going to have to put him at the very bottom of the Aura Junior tier list just because I know he has aura and he will have aura. But he doesn't have it yet. The edits haven't been made yet, alright guys? Give it a little bit. We're going to see those like... Just imagine, alright? Close your eyes with me. Imagine Ilya backing up Volkanovski against the fence. Right as he throws out that right hook, that's AI that ended Volkanovski. It switches and it's Kevin Vallejos knocking out like Josh Emmett. We're going to see a bunch of those edits. Fucking, I'll give you $1 gazillion if that doesn't happen. And if it doesn't happen, I'm going to make it myself, alright? Kevin Vallejos, Aura Jr., he will have aura. Khalil Roundtree. Now, I can't lie, this guy does have aura, alright? This guy has aura. He's beat like some good guys in the division. He beats them very viciously. We've all seen those like vicious Arkham Asylum Batman edits of Khalil Roundtree. He has a really interesting backstory with him being super fucking fat and depressed. I'm going to have to put him at the bottom of the Mr. Aura tier list above Azamat Murzakanov because he has that same type of thing where it's like, this guy's dangerous. You know what I mean? This guy's fast. He was beating Yuri until he lost. He was beating Pereira a couple rounds and then he lost. Like, this guy's good, alright? Kyler Phillips, no aura. I'm sorry, brother. Above Colby Covington just because I don't like Colby Covington. Above Jilton Almeida as well. I don't really know anything about you. You alright, alright? Kyoji Horiguchi. Yo, the Gooch. Love this fucking guy. This guy has aura, bro. Mr. Aura. Just because he's so old, he low-key has more aura than Khalil. I'm playing. More aura than Azamat Murzakanov, but less than Khalil. This is an old man in a young man's sport. This is what I'm talking about. He fought in the Demetrius Johnson era, lost to DJ, beat everyone else in the UFC, left the UFC, went to another promotion, beat a bunch of other guys, went to another promotion, beat more guys, came to the UFC, just is now on a 2-fight win streak. What more do you want from this man? Submitted to Kirill Mbekov, one of the Khabib guys. That's insane. That's crazy work. Amazing job. All right, Leon Edwards, no aura. Colby Covington's here for you. All right, you're right there with Bilal Muhammad, below Bilal Muhammad just because you lost to him. Genuinely, bro. Your only title defense was Colby Covington on a fluky ass, like undeserved title shot, and you got dunked on your bald spot by fucking Bilal. Alright, how does that happen? You get all your aura stolen, gets knocked out by Protest just smiling up at the lights. Insane. Lerone Murphy, no aura. Genuinely, bro. No aura, less aura than motherfucking Jamal Hill, but more than Cannonier. Like, just because you're gonna be a contender soon, you're gonna lose to Movsar this weekend. I'm sorry. Predictions, spoilers if you guys didn't know. He's gonna lose to Movsar. It's over. It's over for you, buddy. Alright? Loner Kavanaugh. He is on the list. Love this fucking guy, man. He comes in, crazy combination boxing, similar to Kevin Vallejos. I'm gonna have to put him, I believe, yeah, I'm gonna put him above Kevin Vallejos just because he has gotten some edits made of him. There's some buzz because he beat Brandon Moreno on short notice. Kevin Vallejos will be, like, him and Kevin Vallejos are on similar tiers. They are Aura Juniors, they're little babies in the division, very young, super promising, young killers. He's now ranked 5th in the flyweight division, which is great. Love this guy, alright? Ankalaev, no aura. You have more aura than Jamal Hill just because you beat Pereira and a lot of people thought you were going to beat him in the rematch. And that's it. You had a draw with Jan Blachowicz. Jan Blachowicz is good, but that's, bro, a draw in a vacant title fight. That's no aura at all. And then the UFC, like, finally gave you your shot and you smudged Pereira to a weird decision. You know what I mean? Like, a weird decision where it was low-key for, like, 48-47. Like, come on now. Do better. All right? Oh, man, you guys are going to hate me for this. I don't know who this guy is. I recognize his face. Oh, I recognize his face. I've seen him fight before. I know who he is. Just because of that, I'm going to put him in the... Yeah, I'm going to put him here. Oof, that's rough. Above Bogdan Guskov. Because these two guys, I'm not really sure of their names. I think I said David Martinez, but I don't know if that's right. Sorry, random... looks like Latino man. I apologize, alright? Marcin Tybura, no aura, bruh. Again, fat heavyweight. What do you want me to say? No aura. He's really fat and really funny looking. I think he's actually gonna go below Brendan Allen, genuinely. Like, that's how little aura he has. Mario Bautista, he's getting better. He's getting the favor of the fans. Still no aura. Above Jared Cannonier, yes, but barely, alright? You're fucking on your last legs, buddy, alright? Count your days, alright? Next. We're running out of space here on the screen. Marlon Vera. You have some aura, I can't lie. You still have some aura as a washed up fighter you are today. A lot of people still think you have fluky power. But after all those losses, I can't say you're good. I'm going to put you below Mario Bautista. Even though on the come up, you had the only win over Sean O'Malley before fucking Jesus, my brain is fried from naming so many fighters. Before Merab Dvalishvili, you have the one win that anyone had over him. But apart from that, it's looking kind of rough out here. All right, next, Mateus Gamrot. Similar situation to Ayman Zahabi, where he's good, but he just has no aura. Like, these guys have no possession of aura. I think above, you have like a weird split decision win over Armin Sarukian, but apart from that, it's kind of cooked, all right? Mauricio Rufy, level 100 aura boss. No. Okay, if I put John Silva here, he's below John Silva. That's the perfect place for Mauricio Rufy, all right? Below John Silva, but above Alexandre Pantoja. Oof, that's kind of crazy. I'm going to say below Alexandre Pantoja, below the Benoit Saint-Denis because he got choked out by him, and then above Payton Talbot. That's perfect, all right? Great knockouts, great finishes. He was scheduled to fight who and then got canceled. Well, now he's scheduled to fight Michael Chandler, which is going to be a fucking bloodbath. So stay tuned for that one, I guess. But yeah, Mauricio Rufy, Mr. Aura. Maximus, fucking, what was his middle name? Like Jamal or something? Holloway. He has aura, bruh. He has aura. Is it more than DDP at this current moment? Oof, that's rough. I'm going to say BMF champ, knocked out Justin Gaethje, UFC 300. Has a lot of aura. I'm going to have to put him below Volk because Volk did school his ass 3 times. But he has aura, man. Merab. Now, Merab, you're going to have to go to the top of the Aura Junior tier. Because I can't put you in Mr. Aura because this is very new for you. You were just hated by a lot of the fans for being boring. And just now you've got a little aura. You got a little motion. And you switched up on your day one. No. He switched up on his day ones after he got a little aura, alright? Now, he has some intrigue, some aura about him. But he's not the highest aura guy out here. By far. Alright? Michael Chandler. That hurts, man. Michael Chandler. I'm going to have to put him below Dan Hooker. Alright? Even though he beat Dan Hooker, that doesn't really mean anything at this point. If you guys are into Aura Junior and no Aura tiers, it's kind of cooked, alright? He has some aura. People still talk about him all the time. That Conor McGregor fight is something we needed to see, and we hopefully will see at some point, which, if we're being for real, we're not seeing that shit. I don't have to put you there, man. Marias, this guy beats Sean Brady by knockout. Beats Gilbert Burns by knockout. One of the tallest welterweights, one of the lankiest guys. I think the first really successful fighter to come out of Ecuador. So shout out to him. And not Mr. Aura. Below Izzy. Above Usman in the welterweight division. These guys are in the same division. He does have more aura. He is more threatening in that way. He has that kind of vibe about him. Mr. Aura. MVP. This guy's the definition of Mr. Aura. This guy comes in here. Beats guy. Honestly. Payton Talbot. Yeah, man. I have to put him there. Below Mauricio Rufy. He's definitely not as good as like maybe like a John Silva, JDM, Justin Gaethje, Arman Sarukian, but he's on the same aura tier as them. This guy beats your favorite fighter by karate decision. Styles on them, emotes mid-fight. Just those emotes, you know, they really add. It's kind of like what got Merab up so high is those emotes and shit. That really adds to it, all right? Pork, what's this guy's name? Pork? Porky Porker? Porky Partin Porker? Something like that? The double P? The PP? Alright, just because I don't really know your name, I know who you are, I know you're an English guy, I'm gonna have to put you like same tier as Anthony Elijah, bro. Like below Anthony Elijah, but that's where you go. Next! Oh man. Bro, I swear I'm not racist. Oh, I know who this is. He's on the same tier as Onama, alright? Not because they're both black, alright? Next, Brandon Moreno, you lost your aura, my brother. My brother, you've lost all your aura. Horribly. You have a great backstory, but you've lost it. You've lost the plot. Below Bautista, above Chito Vera. You guys, Chito Vera and fucking Assassin Baby Brandon Moreno, they've lost their aura. Movsar Evloev, he has no aura, but he is the #1 contender in the featherweight division, rightfully so. And he's in the same tier as Ankalaev, alright? No aura, no highlights, no shit, no nothing. Still, he's right there. Nasruddin Imavov, I fucking hate this guy. He has no personality, but he has some fire highlights. Just because of the fire highlights, below Arnold Allen, alright? That's where you go. Nikita Krylov, where's fucking Rakic? Same tier. You guys are buns. You won one of your fights recently, so I'm gonna put you maybe above... Nah, I'm gonna put you above Rakic and that's it, alright? Count your days, buddy. Paddy Pimblett, he has aura. Paddy Pimblett has aura. He lost a bunch of it when he lost against Justin Gaethje, but to be honest, he has more aura than Khalil and Kyoji and Azamat Murzakanov. He has this aura. Yes, it's a fucking idiot aura, but he had that thing of like, man, how far is this guy gonna go? And that's why he lost a lot of it. Maybe before he lost to Gaethje, he'd be above Gaethje, I'd say, in aura. In this current moment, again, we're talking about current day. But right now, he lost a lot of it. Still has that Scouser behind him, the Scouser spirit, the Scouser force. Shout out to Paddy Pimblett. You fucking suck, alright? Pitbull, no aura. Where's the... No, actually, Colby Covington here. You come from another promotion. You're fucking great over there. You come over here, you suck ass. I'm putting you below Bilal Muhammad after Leon Edwards because Leon Edwards just lost so much aura. Alright, Paulo Costa. He still has aura, bro. Secret juice. He's in a similar tier to like Josh Emmett and... he's above Josh Emmett, but below Manel Cap, I believe. So, he's in that tier where he's like, you know, this guy had that historical aura, you know, and it's come up before he fought Izzy. That was fire. Now, not so much, alright? Petr Yan, level 100 Mafia boss. If you guys know Petr Yan, you know this guy has a lot of fucking aura. Just because he's not as active, he doesn't appear as much, I'm gonna put him below DDP. But this guy is a level 100 Mafia boss, the most skilled fighter in the UFC as we speak, currently. 50-45 Merab, who 50-45 to him, just got that win back in devastating fashion. Amazing, alright? Fiziev. Fiziev is in the bottom of Mr. Aura, okay? Because he had those really fire fights with Gaethje, and you can just tell, like, this guy's fight style, the way he knocks people out when he does, like that Muay counter knock, the double, bum bum. That was great. That was a great knockout. Shout out Fiziev. Shout out his highlights. That's kind of what's carrying him here, alright? RDR. Bro, on the come up, this guy had aura. Now, losing twice in a row. Had that close fight with Whitaker. Lost to Brendan Allen in fucking horrible fashion. Lost to Caio Borralho. Bro, you've lost so much aura. And still you're above Caio, in my opinion. You're going to have to be above Caio. I can't say you've lost all your aura because you still have some, but you're at the very bottom of Aura Junior tier. Alright, count your days. You're going to have to, like, work your way back up from this one. But you're right there, the bottom of Aura Junior, alright? Where's Caio? Where did I put Caio? Caio Borralho, the worst of the fighting nerds, at the top of the no, or in the middle of the no aura tier. Yeah, that's kind of where it is, man. Even though he beat RDR, he's still below in the aura. Alright? Moicano! Moicano wants money. Has more aura. He has kind of like a similar gimmick to fucking Johnny, right? So I'm going to have to put him right there. Maybe, yeah, I'm going to put him right below Johnny Walker and Josh Emmett. Because he has some of the danger factor of Josh Emmett. As we know, he beat BSD by like brutal doctor stoppage. And he has the gimmick of Johnny Walker. Put him right between these two guys. He is dangerous. He has name value. Rob Font, no aura. Fucking hell. This guy's in the same tier as fucking Parkin Porker or whatever this guy's name is, alright? Frez ZM. Bro, you literally have... No, actually, you have negative aura. Fuck that. I'm putting you in the... You're literally Danny Ige. You're in the Danny Ige tier. How do you lose to Raul Rosas like that, bro? Let's be for real. Alright? Next. Bobby Nux. Bobby Mux Whitaker. This guy loses, and he still doesn't really lose that much aura. Lost twice to Izzy. You know, aura loss. Lost, almost got knocked out by Paulo Costa, but he won that fight. Lost to Hamza. Didn't really lose aura there. Let's see. I'm going to say he's definitely Aura Jr. He's in a similar tier as Strickland. But he never had... I mean, Strickland. He's in a similar tier as Izzy. Never had as much aura. I'm going to say above Jan Blachowicz, which is a perfect place for Robert Whitaker. Alright? He's right there, you know. Similar situation as Izzy. Similar as Jan Blachowicz. He's never going to go below the Aura Jr. tier. Roman Dolidze, negative aura. Jesus Christ. Whereas these guys... Bro, Nikita Krylov... Roman Dolidze, Alexander Rakic, they're the horsemen of fucking doom and despair. The three horsemen of suffering, bruh. These guys have no aura. They lose all their fights. They fucking suck. Like, I know Nikita Krylov. I'm putting Nikita Krylov at the top. I know he won some fights. He just won his last fight, I believe. But Jesus, man. These guys really disappoint, alright? Shout out Ukraine, though, for Nikita. Next, Brandon Royval. Didn't lose any aura losing to Joshua Van. Honestly, that was a scrap. I'm going to have to put him in the Aura Junior tier list. And I'm going to put him near the bottom, above these youngsters, and above RDR. RDR, like I said before, he's penalized because he lost some aura from his 2 other losses. But if not, he'd be a lot higher, alright? Sean Brady. Bro. Honestly, Sean Brady is going to go in the Colby Covington tier. Yes. Yes, I said it. He's going to go Colby Covington tier. And he's going to go above... Yeah, above Pitbull. Alright? Above Pitbull, below... And you guys might be wondering... Why does this guy have negative aura? Like, what happened, you know? That's something you guys... I know you guys are saying that at the screen. I know no one is watching 53 minutes into the video. But he said he wanted to move down to lightweight after losing a fight. After losing 1 fight. Bro, he's lost 2 fights at welterweight. One was to Bilal. One was to Morales. Now he says he wants to move down. That's some bullshit, bro. You're almost at the title. Let's be for real, alright? Sean O'Malley. Mr. Aura. Sean O'Malley is Mr. Aura. Where did I put him? Where did I put this guy? Sean O'Malley is Mr. Aura, above Gaethje, below Arman. He was level 100 Mafia boss, like at the bottom when he beat Aljamain Sterling by knockout, and after he beat Chito Vera. But honestly, man, nah. All right, Sean Strickland. I have to put a Mr. Aura, but at near the bottom, just because he talks a lot of shit and doesn't really back it up with his fight style. I'm gonna say he is above Joshua Van. He is above Peyton Talbot. MVP, Mauricio, and I think it stops right there. He is a former champ. He had some good fights, a great scrap with DDP. One of the biggest underdogs ever against Israel Adesanya and won that fight. So I have to give him his props for that. But apart from that, that's kind of it, no? It's kind of it, innit? He talks a lot of shit in the press conferences, great press conferences, gets to the fight, boring as fuck. Sergey Pavlovich, at one point this guy had so much aura, and then gets knocked out by Tom and becomes gun shy and loses all that shit. So I'm going to put him near a Malvov right here in the bottom of the Aura Junior tier list. Just because he is a really good heavyweight. One of the better ones we have. I mean, really good's it's a big stretch, right? He's okay, but you know. Alright. So here, is this guy Sergey Spivak? Oh my, no. Sergey Spivak. No. Marcin Tybura, Sergey Spivak, yes. Okay, Sergey Spivak. You suck. Same thing. Marcin Tybura, you guys are fucking fat. Shamil the Meal Gaziev. Do I put this guy top of level 100 Mafia boss and justify it? Nah, man. If we're being objective, you know, I'm not putting him at the top, I'd say Shamil is probably... I think he's Aura Jr. Right? At this point, he's kind of like on that Derek Lewis. Nah, come on. That's too high for him. If we're being for real, he's above Paulo Costa right now. Just because he's funny. Just because he's a fat fucker. Literally, that's it. Alright? Song Yadong. This guy's good, bruh. This guy's genuinely good. He just doesn't have that much aura. He has good power. Good fight style. I'm thinking near Mavov. Like that kind of thing. Alright? Urseg. Man. No aura anymore. Like, he gave a great fight to Pantoja. But man, he lost all that shit. Alright? He lost all that aura. David Garcia. Was it Garcia? Yeah, Garcia. He's good. I mean, he hasn't really had any like great wins in the UFC. But he's ranked. You know. I think I'm going to put him here. I think I have the perfect place for him. Where's the Hulk? Here he is. Above the Hulk. Above Ortega. Below Davidson. He doesn't really have... I've never seen him really talk, you know. He's going to be on the White House card, so he has some aura for that. Tagir, no aura. No aura. Honestly, like, near the bottom. Let's put him above, below Ante, above the big PP, alright? Next, Tai Tuivasa. Has some aura, bottom of Aura Jr. I'm not gonna butcher the no aura just because we know you, my boy. Like, is Bam Bam your nickname? Big Bam Bam in the building. Love this guy. Tatsuro Taira. He has aura. Mr. Aura, below Azamat Mirzakhanov. Japan's greatest hope. You know, the great Japanese hope. He's here to save the day. He's here to get a belt. Shout out to him. Taosi Teixeira. You had aura before you fought Derek Lewis. Now you're just a fat fucking heavyweight. Above Tai Tuivasa. You know, in that fight, because you won it, and you guys get both gassed out and look like fat fucking slugs. But yeah, man. All right. Tim Elliott. He has aura for being, you know, he's kind of like Kyoji Horiguchi if Kyoji was not as good. I'm gonna have to put him. So Manel Cap's right there. I'll have to put him just because he had that submission over Kaya Sakura with the guillotine. I think I'll have to put him below the Hulk, Arnold Allen. Yep. Let's see. I think it's hard. Like the bottom of Aura Jr. Alright? Just because people don't really know you like that, but we know you like that. Tom Aspinall. I wish I could put this guy in level 100 Mafia Boss. He's really good. He's been on a really good streak. But the eye poke has made him lose aura. The fact that he's been out for so long is not, you know, I don't make the rules again. He has lost aura. I have to put him above Patty because he hasn't lost. But he doesn't have that aura anymore, alright? Umar Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov, alright? This guy lost to again, Marab. But man, he did lose a lot of aura from that. He was undefeated, is no longer undefeated. I'm gonna have to put him at the bottom of the Mr. Aura tier just because he is from the Habib family. Above Fiziev, below Tyra, alright? This guy. What's his name again, bro? Fuck, the heel hook man. He comes from all the heels, you know? I'm gonna have to put Walter Walker. Yeah, Walter Walker in the Aura Junior tier. Near the top, honestly, this guy's really funny. I think I'll put him above Manel Cap. Just because you guys know you know what he wants every fight. He's gonna try to get it. You can't stop him, alright? Vinicius Oliveira fucking sucks, lost to Mario Bautista. Where's Bautista? You're getting put below Bautista just for that loss, alright? Below Moreno too. Fuck you. Who's this guy? Ozemir. Again. The horseman of doom and despair. Of suffering. Ozemir, a little better, a little worse than Krylov, better than Dolidze. Not by much. Waldo Cortez Acosta. Maybe the second highest, the second highest aura for a heavyweight, right? I'm gonna have to put him in Mr. Aura. The bottom, above Fiziev maybe. He's been dancing. He's been doing shit. He had that eye poke. That eye poke shit was fire. Where he came back and finished the guy. Love it. Yair Rodriguez. I fucking hate you, buddy. Yair Rodriguez, you pissed me off. You're inactive as fuck. Loki, above Colby Covington. And between Jalton Almeida because you pissed me off with a passion. I'm not going to go into it because this video is already way too long. And I'm losing my voice. What's his name? The guy that fought Eli Topuria in his debut. This is the Moroccan. This is Zalal. Youssef Zalal. Jesus Christ. You guys have to like and subscribe. Oh my fucking god. Youssef Zalal. He has to go in the Aura Junior tier. No, actually no Aura. This guy has no Aura. I haven't seen anything of him. Really. Alright. I'm going to have to put him right there. Like behind Jeff Neal above Gamrot. Just because he's on a really good streak. And last. Zhang Ming Yang. Lost almost all his Aura after losing to Johnny Walker. Because of that, you're going to have to be put below Johnny, below Pfeiffer, above Obama, just because Obama doesn't have the name value. He's not the Chinese great hope, all right? This is the tier list. Thank you guys for watching. If anyone made it to the end of the video, let me know what you guys think. Who has the most aura in the UFC? Let me know down below. Let me know if I missed anyone. You know, are there any unranked fighters with more aura on here? Let me know, all right? Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go drink some water. Fucking hell. Ciao.